Hey everyone, welcome back to channel. If you've ever found a penny on the sidewalk or received one as change, you've probably wondered, what's the deal with the 1-cent coin? It's small, it's often seen as almost worthless, but in reality, this little coin has a history packed with surprises, and it might be worth more than you think. So, grab your favorite coin collection, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1-cent coin. The story of the 1-cent coin begins in the early days of the United States, back when the country was just a young republic. The first U.S. 1-cent coin was introduced in 1793 during the presidency of George Washington. But it wasn't always the penny we know today. In 1793, the very first 1-cent coin was made from copper, and it was much larger than the 1-cent piece we carry around today. It was called the flowing hair cent, and it featured a profile of Lady Liberty on the front, with flowing hair, and a wreath of oak on the reverse side. These early coins were much heavier and bulkier compared to the sleek and small pennies of the 21st century. In fact, the first pennies were made with a copper alloy, which was prone to corrosion. They also didn't last very long in circulation, making way for changes to the design and material over time. Over the years, the design of the penny evolved significantly. In 1849, the Liberty head design took over, followed by the famous Indian head design in 1859. But it wasn't until 1909 that the penny got its most iconic design, one that's still in use today, the Lincoln cent. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Featuring Lincoln's profile on the front and a wheat design on the back, this penny has become a symbol of American history and is one of the most recognizable coins in the world. And while the design has changed a bit over the years, like the switch to the Union Shield design in 2010, the basic idea has remained the same. A small, copper-plated coin worth just 1 cent. Fast forward to today, and the 1-cent coin still exists, but its value has significantly decreased. In fact, due to inflation and rising production costs, the cost to make a penny is far greater than its face value. According to the U.S. Mint, it costs about 2.1 cents to make each penny, which means the government is losing money every time one of these coins is produced. So why keep making them? Well, despite the rising cost of production, the penny still plays an important role in everyday transactions, especially in the retail world. Plus, the cost of eliminating it would be quite high, as there are billions of pennies in circulation today. But here's something you might not expect: even though the penny's face value is small, it's still a crucial part of our economy, and its total worth in circulation is actually staggering. As of 2023, there are approximately 150 billion pennies in circulation. That's 150 billion 1-cent coins still floating around in the hands of Americans, businesses, and banks. So when you add it all up, the total face value of all the pennies in circulation comes to about $1.5 billion. Crazy, right? And if you think about it, that's just the pennies people use day to day. There are also millions of pennies sitting in jars, drawers, and containers across the country, waiting to be counted or spent. Now I know what you're thinking, but still, what can you really buy with a penny today? Well, let's take a closer look. Today, the purchasing power of a single penny is limited, but it's not completely useless. In fact, there are still certain small purchases that might cost just a penny, especially in places like vending machines, or for rare promotional deals. And for those of you who are collectors, pennies, especially rare ones, can have significant value. For instance, certain years of pennies, like the 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in excellent condition. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, are always on the lookout for pennies that have rare errors, such as double strikes, missing elements, or unusual mint marks. These pennies can fetch prices far above their face value. So what's next for the penny? Will we see the end of the 1-cent coin in the near future? Many have argued that it's time to retire the penny altogether. Countries like Canada have already eliminated their lowest denomination coins, and there are debates in the US about whether it's time to follow suit. However, there's still no definitive plan to phase out the penny in the US. Yet, its future remains uncertain, especially as digital payments and credit card transactions become more popular. So, whether you see them as just pocket change or as a piece of American history, the 1-cent coin has had, and still has, a significant role to play in our lives. From its beginnings in 1793 to its continued presence today, the penny represents more than just its face value. It's a symbol of the country's evolution, its challenges with inflation, and the ongoing debate about the future of currency. Who would have thought that such a small coin could carry so much weight? The penny might be tiny, but its story is big. So next time you find one, take a moment to appreciate the history and value of that little copper coin.